Hey everybody. So last time I was doing yet another round of just sort of getting the forms and the all the UI sort of components all working so that the um, so that then everything would be ready to roll for the service to actually move the camera, animate the camera. And then I had reported that I thought that I would be working on actually animating the camera. Like, so now everything's in place so that the user can animate the camera, and then I would be there. And that finally worked out. It was not as simple as I thought it was going to be, but it does feel like the dual camera issue may be sort of resolving itself, um, in that the camera, like I ended up being forced to create this supported camera items, which, like all the other ones, the meshes and everything else, and I don't think the lights needs it, but they have the supported actual 3JS things that are supported, and then but none of them have supported camera items, and the reason they don't have supported camera items is because they only have one kind of item. And this is the thing I've kind of been going back and forth about, is like, man, should I have made this two or not? And I made it one, and maybe this will cause it to kind of self-heal, so we'll have like a little bubble of code that has like double stuff in it, but then with this TypeScript and this supported camera items, um, is it maybe some way like abstracts that out so that we have a single supported camera items object, or yeah, type, and then we have the two types here, and this sort of binds them. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. Anyway, so these are the changes. Let me. So what we're looking at here is what, six, seven meshes and a camera, and the camera is in fact uh, animated now. So basically, this shows where it's animated. So if I hit pause, I can see that the camera and the mesh there are both sitting at negative 14. Um, and then we can't say anything about this because it's not animated. And then as we move across, the camera and this guy are moving together, and so now it's over the top of there. So you could kind of imagine like some sort of indicator, like this is where we're at, um, and then now we have two, and then three. So I kind of did my countdown thing, like, so it's like, let's see, let it get our thing. One, two, three, yay! And then obviously I could go like this. This is the can make that negative 14, and have like a reverse countdown. Three, two, one, yay! So, anyways, you can kind of see that like we can actually make some semblance of a countdown, and then like we could, if we're like, no, I don't want the indicator to be above it, I want it to be below it. Now the animate, that's kind of funny. So the animation, it's moving up, and then I and then if I go to Y position, the only thing we see is the indicator because I haven't implemented the. So now we're like three, two, one, yay! So yeah, so that's awesome. I'm freaking thrilled with that. We can make it faster. We can make it really fast. Three, two, one. You know, we have all this kind of power and stuff, and it's really cool. So I'm pretty excited about this. It's been a long time. It took a lot more steps to get to the point where we're actually animating the cameras, and I personally think that agile, where they're saying, "Hey, your velocity increases and stuff," I don't think like so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but I went to YouTube the other day, and it was like to upload, and basically at YouTube they had signs that you are a weak programmer or something like that, and how to fix it. And I was just like, screw you guys. Um, but you know, because I don't think things like that are a coincidence. But I think that like the agile world, they would say, no, the reason that you're pointing out that things in agile don't work is because you aren't very good. But honestly, no, agile doesn't work. Sorry, I'm sorry to be the you know, to have to say it, but it doesn't. It just doesn't work. And I'm trying to demonstrate why. But you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Um, it doesn't work because the way things grow in real life is organic. There's just no other way to grow things in real life. And when you actually grow things organically, it's going to come in fits and starts. You know, you're going to set up a bunch of architecture and then you're going to be able to attack it, but then you got to rebuild some more architecture, and all that's going to come in fits and starts. And the agile technology or scheme doesn't account for that. But anyways, oh, I forgot to hit save. So I think I could tell somehow up here how long a video is. But anyways, there we go. The more I work on this and the more I kind of do self-study, the more I'm looking up here trying. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm 6 minutes and 32 seconds in. The more I'm starting to, the less and less I'm believing in agile. And then it's kind of like, man, I think almost every job in computer programming is agile related, and I'm becoming farther and farther off the reservation and believing less and less in agile the longer and longer I'm spending outside of the corporate realm. Um, so yeah, you know, I yeah. But anyway, so that aside, uh, the changes I made for this was I imported the new interface, and then after that, I created a new list of camera items. I also pluralized this. It was called camera. I changed it to camera switch. That actually caused a ton of changes that really don't do anything, like this one. Like literally all I did was rename it to cameras, and then rename this to cameras, renamed all of these to cameras, and then renamed that to cameras, and then then I add the item to camera items. So that's only going to happen if it's a perspective camera, right? Then this code is going to run. And then if it's a perspective camera, this one's going to run. So we're still in the double code situation that kind of stinks and definitely not ideal. But then down here, there's a change. You can tell there's a change by this green that's over here. I checked. Basically, I wanted to copy this code as much as possible. So the double code up there at the top that I just went over, that's different. This double code is okay because I plan to actually resolve this. Like the only reason I'm actually forcing this to be double code on purpose because I would like to combine these all into one. And so the closer they are to the same, the better for me now, so that in the future, when I change it, I'll be in a good spot to fix the double coding. And then basically rename the cameras. So basically in this, basically does the exact same stuff. It just goes in to update camera for time, and it passes in the time, which is exactly like everything else. So, and then I go to the definition of that, and basically all I do, this is the last piece of work, all I do is, see, a camera is a supported camera, and then it returns a supported camera by ID. So we don't have like double code there, so that's good. So that's why we're saying it might be sort of self-healing. And then basically all we do is update the X speed. So theoretically, the Y should be a lot easier, but the Y is more generalized because over the last few days I was updating all the different pieces as a whole. I'm hoping that after this session that I can update the Y in one day, but that's going to be updating across everything. So basically up here in camera, like if you show the raw data, I'll have to update this to look at the X position start position, and then over in the form I'll have to do the mappings, and then over for the animation I'll have to add it to that little structure that says what can be shown. And right now Y position only doesn't will only show the indicator. It doesn't show um, the actual camera itself. It's kind of funny because we did have a camera name and we've lost it. So there's some kind of little bug in there, and we're not even seeing. Oh, look at that. Oh, it actually is completely moved. Maybe I changed something. But and that's actually pretty cool. But I'm not exactly sure. Let's see what happens if I change this to 2 and 2. Yeah. So something's completely broken. Let me look in the console. Oh yeah, we got all kinds of red going on in here. So yeah, that's actually what I'll probably do, is see if I can figure out how to reproduce this bug and fix it. Looks like it's somehow the yeah. So that's actually pretty good. Anyways, happy coding. Bye everybody.